Hello folks and welcome back to Sew What If I Sew, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jess. This is my channel all about sewing, dressmaking and all things stitch related. And you have to bear with me today. I'm really croaky, probably because the weather's changed, to be honest, so I do sound a bit hoarse, but I am okay. So last week I had a week off YouTube because I was doing a bridesmaid's dress fitting and I wanted to focus all of my attention, all of my energy on that. Plus I was having technical difficulties with my camera, so I thought, you know what, one stressful thing at a time, let's just focus on the dress fitting. So in this vlog, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my autumn and winter sewing plans. I will do a proper video after the wedding with like detailed plans, but for now I'm just going to give you sort of a taste of what's coming up, where I am at the moment, what's going on. And also a few really cool little small business things for people I've been working with, or fun updates, challenges coming your way, and I'll give you a sneaky wedding sewing update as well. But as always, I will show you everything in a few weeks' time. So stay tuned and grab a cup of tea. Right, so the first thing you may notice is there's a mic in the bottom of the screen. Now I have been trying to use my mic more, but I really am losing my voice, and there's some scaffolding outside my window, so I'm doing my best here. But hopefully it makes a difference. Let me know in the comments. So, where am I? What's going on? Our wedding is in a few weeks' time. How much sewing have I done? I have a shirt to finish today. I've mostly done. I've done all the flat fell seams and everything. Actually, do I have one left to do? I might have one left to do. Anyway, I've done the majority of them. And all I have to do now for Adam's shirt is buttons and buttonholes, which are super quick because obviously I can do them on my machine. A collar and some cuffs, and that's it. But I've done my sleeve plackets, I've done my flat fell seams, I've done all my button plackets. That's all done, so I can get that done today. All of the ties have been hand sewn, which I'm really happy with, and they look great. I have officially completed 3 out of 4 bridesmaids dresses, which feels fabulous. And after I film this today, I'm calling one of my bridesmaids up in Glasgow, because, and stay with me here, so 4 of my bridesmaids dresses, obviously I've had to do 4 dresses, but 4 very different dresses because they're different heights, sizes, body shapes, etc. 3 out of 4 of them can come to the house and be fitted, but one of them she is one of my oldest friends, and unfortunately she lives in Glasgow. I mean, fortunately for her, she loves it, but when it comes to bridesmaids dress fitting, not ideal. So whereas everyone else gave me basic measurements and sizes, Holly has measured like every single bit of her body for me. And I have made her dress. So after this video, like straight after, I'm going to FaceTime her. We're going to do a live try on, and I'm just hoping and praying I've done it correctly. Holly is, I want to say 5'9", 5'10", so I had to add about 4 inches. I think I added 3.5 to the pattern, but particularly she has a longer torso, so most of it had to be added to the torso because the pattern suggested spreading it out through the length of the dress, but it still wouldn't have fit. So I'm really hoping I've done it correctly. It is very scary fitting to someone you can't see. Everybody else has been to the house and I literally have fitted every single piece onto them. So it's been stand up, let me fit this to you, right, go sit down, watch that while I sew this bit, stand up, fit, sit, like the whole way through. So I've got one more to do, and she is coming over on, don't know what day it is anymore. I want to say next Sunday the 20th. And then after that one, I'm going to edit it all together because I filmed bits of all of them and show you what I've been doing, how I've been doing it, and you'll get that one before the wedding because you won't see anyone in their dresses really. So, or you'll see bits and pieces. But I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm really excited to share that with you. It is quite stressful doing one of the bridesmaids dresses that close to the wedding, but I can do them in a day. And actually Chloe's one, which I did last weekend, now I know what I can sew with them not here. I smashed out in the morning before she arrived, like while she was on the train, I smashed out all of the ties, like just sticking the facings together, the darts that are the same, you know, like all the basic stuff, because it's a wrap dress. And then it meant when she came in, I could go, right, let's dive straight in, I can do this. Like, it was so much quicker. So I'm confident I can get the final one done in a day. And my plan is to try and finish my shirt, my main wedding dress and my evening dress before that fitting, and then it means I can literally just put a bow on the sewing and it's done. Fingers crossed, that's the plan. My own dress is under production. So exciting, guys. So my dress is, oh, I got so emotional. It looks so pretty. It looks exactly how I wanted it to. it's honestly like, it's so perfect. So I've done 5 toiles of my dress because I designed most of it myself. Or like I started with one pattern for the back, one pattern for the front as sort of the shell, and then I kind of took them apart, and you'll see in the main vlogs, but a lot of redrafting has occurred, and then a load of design features and panels and all sorts of stuff that I'm really, really proud of. But it did take 5 versions to get it right. So the front of my wedding dress has been made, and it looks so beautiful, and it looks exactly how I want it to look, and I'm so excited. So this afternoon I'm going to quickly make the back of my wedding dress, because the pieces are cut out and it's fine, I just need to sit and do it. And then I have the really tricky bit, which is figuring out the French seams on it. And again, you'll see all this in the vlog, it will make more sense. But it's a bit of mental gymnastics at the moment, which is why I'm taking my time. And then tomorrow I'm going to the Southern Social, which I'll talk about more in a minute, and I'm going to make my evening dress start to finish in tomorrow's session, because it's a short dress, it should be really quick. I think I'm going to take my overlocker, TBC, I might do it on my sewing machine and then overlock it at home, I don't know, we will see. But it should be a very quick dress. I'm just very scared of it, so I thought in the company of other sewists I could be braver, so that's the plan. But we're doing really, really well. I'm really happy with it. Also, if you see me looking this way, it's because I've got a new filming setup where I'm filming straight onto my laptop with my phone as a camera, but I have a comfort monitor here so I can see what you guys can see. But it's throwing me off a little bit because it's like in my peripheral vision. So if I keep looking that way, that is why. But yeah, that is a wedding sewing update for you. So I'm aiming to get the bridesmaid's dress video to you in the next couple of weeks. And then the wedding, and then there'll be like 3 or 4 weeks of vlogs that are all my wedding dress. So buckle up, guys, it's gonna be great. So some non-wedding sewing updates from me. I found out yesterday my sister has now successfully received her Tilly and the Buttons pearl cardigan, and she loves it. Some of you were asking for photos of it on her. I don't think that's something she is comfortable with, so I probably won't share, but if she does, let me have some photos. I'll stick them on my community tab so you can see. But she's really, really happy. She really likes the fit, which is great. I don't sew for people very often, so when I do and they love it, I get a real feeling. It's really nice. I've got the same with the bridesmaids dresses actually, because a lot of my friends, well, a couple of them have been asking for me to make stuff for them for years, and my response is always stop trying to steal my hobby. Obviously in a joking way, but it is really, really nice actually with the bridesmaids dresses to see them skipping around and stuff I've made them, and sending me videos of them twirling around their dresses. It's really cute. I've got something else to make for my sister coming up, which is another My Handmade Wardrobe wrap skirt. She chose the fabric earlier this year, and I will get that done for her for Christmas, and if you guys are interested, I will share that with you. One other actual request while we're here. So I remade the, what's it called? Oh, that's going to annoy me. Fairfield button-up, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's the Fairfield button-up. Anyway, that's the shirt I made, and it's the shirt I had catastrophic results making a few years ago for my dad. And I wondered if you guys wanted a little review of how it feels going back to that pattern 4 years later. So if you guys would like a sort of 4 years on, how is it different sewing it? How do I feel now? Are there mistakes I made the first time I made again? You know, if you want a video like that, let me know in the comments, because I would be up for revisiting it for you guys. So, side note. Anyway, patterns I am planning on making this autumn. So a big one for me, as lots of you sent it to me as well, is the True Bias Bryn. Now, I was going to, as you guys will remember from the last vlog, I was going to do a comparison video between 2 jumper dresses. I was going to do the Tilly and the Buttons Billy and the Andy, which is Vicky Sews. And then the Bryn came out, and I went, well, I can't not make the Bryn, because the Bryn is gorgeous and it's so me. So that video was on hold until I can make the Bryn. And then I'm going to do a comparison between all 3, because they're all slightly different styles of jumper dress, but they are all types of jumper dress that I will wear religiously. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to sew along for the Bryn, let me know, or a pattern review. If you haven't seen it, by the way, it looks like this. It's gorgeous. I think there's a cardigan view and a full dress view, but I'm so excited, guys. It's so pretty. Now I need to go around fabric shops and find exactly the weight of jersey I want, so stay tuned for that one. The other one I'm going to make is the Cinnamon Daisy Sylvie skirt, which I was actually a pattern tester for. And I love the one I made, but it's very summery, and I have some stunning viscose that I'm going to show you in another video, because if I bend down and try and find it, I'm going to get breathless. But the Sylvie skirt is here. I might put a photo of my old one up. So I will share that with you. Again, if you want a pattern review, or if you just want to see it, or if you want to sew along, just let me know. It's a stunning, like very full panelled skirt, and the fabric I make it in is quite bright, but with a sort of black background. So I thought actually in the winter, a long colourful skirt with a black long sleeve top and black ankle boots would look so pretty. So that's very much on my list. And then I'm leaving myself open, because I'm going to want some comfort sewing after the wedding. I'm going to want some really relaxed, chill sewing. And I don't know what that looks like for me yet. So I know those two patterns are definitely coming your way. But I don't know. So I would love suggestions of comfort sewing patterns. I don't necessarily want to do the classic, just sew pillows or whatever it is, because it's not that I've had a sewing fit. I don't need that kind of sewing rehab. I want like really comfortable sewing that's going to end up with something really lovely. So if there are any simple patterns, where the results like really wearable and really pretty, please don't suggest t-shirts, because I just don't really wear them. But any suggestions are very welcome. Please put them in the comments below. And next week actually as well, I'm going to do a review of my Make 9, because I think this might be the year I make them all, or nearly all of them, so stay tuned for that. The other thing I'm going to be making in November, but I don't know what yet, so again, suggestions would be welcome, is the wonderful Yvette from Stash Hub is running a new challenge to celebrate 2 years of Stash Hub, which is awesome. I still remember it launching. It's so cool. The challenge name is, I'm checking, Sew 2 Celebrate 2, and the idea is you sew 2 meters of cotton something in those 2 meters, and you celebrate Stash Hub. So I think I have some cotton in my stash. I'm looking at my stash. I must do, surely. I don't know, actually, TBC. I don't know if I've got 2 meters either, so I might have to buy something. But I am in the vlogger tour for that right at the end of November, so stay tuned for that. But head over to Blossom Sandwich. She is on YouTube, Stash Hub, or Blossom Sandwich on Instagram, to find out what she's up to. Yvette is a pillar of the sewing community and is always doing wonderful things, so definitely go check that out and join in with the challenge if you can. I guarantee you it will be really, really fun, because everything she does is. Okay, so as I said at the beginning, I have some really cool small business stuff I want to spotlight. Now, I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. Firstly, you will have heard Sam and I talk about this a lot on the podcast if you listen. If you don't listen, go listen to the podcast. It's really good fun. There's a lot of biscuit chat, a lot of sewing chat, and a lot of me getting irrationally annoyed at stuff, so enjoy. But we talk about this a lot in the podcast, which is if you don't use small businesses, you will lose them. Small businesses in the sewing community particularly are so important, and in a time where pretty much all of us can remember when we had more fabric shops where we live, and now either have one, don't have any, which is unfortunately the more common situation. It's really important to work with those brands when you can as well, and to spotlight them and to support them. It really does mean the world to them and to me, to be honest, because I would not be the sewist I am now without small brands, without the incredible fabric selections that small shops have, without brilliant indie sewing patterns showing me that, potentially some of the big 4 patterns may not always be, perfect. They're so important to us as a community. Now, the reason I'm saying this is also because I had somebody comment that they didn't think it was basically ever appropriate to do ads or anything like that. But when it comes to small brands, this is literally someone's livelihood. So I am more than happy to collaborate, to do ads, to do whatever to keep these businesses afloat. And I think it's important to share that because, I'm going to be open about it. And also, frankly, the whole purpose of speaking to you guys about the things that I love and the things that I do is to help you guys. If you find something you like, hooray. If you don't, no hey problem, it's fine. So I have been working with a couple of great brands recently that I want to tell you about. So firstly, I have been doing a bit of social media work with Cotswold Centre, which are a brilliant duo of sewing shops, which are up the road from me actually, and I love, if there's something I love more than supporting a small business, it's supporting a local business to me. So they have 2 brilliant shops. Amy runs Cotswold Sewing Centres. It was her mum's business who sadly passed away a few years ago. and Amy inherited the business and she has done some phenomenal stuff. There's 2 brilliant shops. They do workshops. They have some of the best haberdashery selection I've ever seen. But do head over to their website and check them out. It's particularly in the run up to Christmas. They do really good Christmas stuff. And they have a lot of knitting stuff and yarn and crochet, which obviously I can't knit and I can't crochet, but I have siblings who do, and I have grandmother, singular, who does knit. So I think it's really, really cool. I know if my grandma lived down here, it'd be the kind of wool shop we wouldn't get her out of for hours. So definitely go check them out if you can. And if you do live in the Buckinghamshire area as well, well worth a day trip. They've got one shop in Banbury and one in Witney. So they haven't asked me to do this, by the way, but because I am doing a bit of work with them, I've seen firsthand how awesome they are. So go forth, visit them. They're great. And do give them a bit of love on social media as well, because they are a fabulous small business. The other one I want to talk about is In a Haystack. Now, Kate from In a Haystack, she is somebody who supports every single sewing challenge. She is the first person every year to volunteer for Sew Your Referendo, and I love her for that. She is the first person to say, absolutely, I'll collab, I'll feature, I'll get involved, and I really respect that. I don't know how she does it, like she's such a busy human. And the In a Haystack pack is actually a digital subscription pack. Now, she gave me the September one to try, which is really kind of her. And she basically said, if you like it, great. If you don't like it, no worries. You don't have to talk about it, but if you want to, feel free. So I am, because I do think it's really important. I'm not normally a subscription pack person. I will never be a fabric subscription person because I don't like people picking my fabric for me. What I do like about the In a Haystack pack is you just get discount codes for fabric shops or for gifts or for patterns. You also get spotlights on pattern makers, which I thought was epic. I learned loads, even in the September one where I knew one of the pattern designers and I knew one of the fabric shops. I still learned so much more. And I think that's really nice. I like the community feel. You do get unique discount codes, which is brilliant. And I like the fact that you can then go and choose the pattern you want or the fabric you want, or 1 month might go and you go, it's not really me, and then another month might go and you go, oh my goodness, that's fantastic. So I think it's a really, really cool initiative. Kate has given me an affiliate code if you would like to try a month, so I'm looking over here to make sure I get it right, guys. Apologies. If you would like 50% off your first pack, you can use the code TRYTRY2024 for 50% off your first pack if you want to give it a go. So I would love it if you would do that, because Kate is a phenomenal person and should be supported at all times. But also I genuinely think it's really cool. And for anyone who quite likes the idea of a subscription but doesn't want to have their fabric and patterns and everything chosen for them, I think this would be a good option for you. So check it out. I have a feeling it's £10 a month. But I'll put some of the details below as well if you're interested. I think that's really cool. The final thing I'm going to spotlight in terms of sewing community is the Southern Social. Now, there are so many great socials out there. The Southern Social is my nearest one. It's the one I go to every now and then. And I guess I haven't been asked to spotlight this, I should say, because obviously my podcast partner she runs them. What I actually wanted to say is it's getting dark and it's getting cold, and for a lot of people, they get quite lonely in the winter. And what I'd like to encourage you to do, obviously I'm going to the Southern Social because it's closest to me and I want the moral support to help with some wedding stuff. But I know there are a lot of sewists who get quite lonely in the winter. I know there's a lot of people who, unlike me, really don't like the dark and the cold, and that's totally normal. Like, a lot of people I know feel quite down over the winter. So I am not spotlighting any specific social. What I am going to say is go to one. If you're feeling a bit lonely this winter, if you're struggling, if you just want to see other sewists, if you just want to get out of the house and go and enjoy your hobby, particularly if you're not getting the time to enjoy it otherwise, go to a social. And if you can't leave the house, try a virtual social. But particularly as it's just been World Mental Health Day this week, this is just a little reminder. These sewing socials exist. They're not run for profit generally. They are a phenomenal resource and they're a great place to go if you just want to see other sewists. You don't even have to talk. You can just go and just sit and enjoy being with other people. But if you need that, I think they're a really good resource, and I would strongly encourage you to make the most of them if you've got one in your area. Sewing Directory has a brilliant map of all of the socials, or a good number of the socials. If your social isn't on there, go and let them know and they'll add it straight away. It's just because they, you know, they don't know. But if you contact them to add your social, they'll do it. But it's a great map to go, what's in my area, I'll have a look. And Sam and Mary keep that up to date pretty religiously, so definitely go and check it out. It is well worth a visit to your local social, and you never know, you might come away with a whole new group of friends. Right, folks, so that's me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this little catch up with me. I promise there will be lots more coming from me. The wedding is starting to get on top of me a little bit, and I have a lot of PhD work due at the moment, so I may be taking a small break from Instagram and from YouTube for the time around the wedding, just to let me actually put everything to one side and really enjoy the wedding. But I can't wait to show you what I've been working on. It's going to be so fun. And if you're coming to the Southern Social, you are sworn to secrecy on my evening wedding dress. Absolutely sworn to secrecy, so shh. But I can't wait to actually share the fabric with you guys. I'm so excited. So I'll see lots of you tomorrow. And anyone who is at the Knitting and Stitching show this weekend, I hope you had the best time, and I cannot wait to watch your vlogs to see what you all got. I will definitely be at the Creative Craft show next year and the Stitch Festival next year. But I hope you had a great time at Ali Pally and saw lots of sewing pals. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you then.